Hello everyone, welcome to this Sims 3 house design video. So today I am building a cottage style house here in Appaloosa Plains, a world that I have not built in for quite some time. You know, with these builds like this one and the previous one, I've been trying to expand into some different worlds because I primarily have been building in Riverview and Sunset Valley, and that kind of gets boring, so here's Appaloosa Plains. So this house I've decided to name Argyle Cottage because I kind of like the sound of the word Argyle, and I used some Argyle pattern in the interior design, so you'll see that once we get to the inside. There'll be some places where I use some of the pattern, so yeah, cool. Wow, what a great name. This house ends up having 3 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms, so it's not huge. And it has a basement, as you can see, I'm doing that right now, with a garage that goes down to the basement. So, you know, again, I also raised the house up, so I raised the terrain up a bit so that it looks a little bit more interesting than if it was just on a completely flat lot. And yeah, so it's a 3-bedroom house. There's an office that could be turned into a 4th bedroom. So if you download the house, link in the description below, as always, you could do that if you wish. But the whole idea was that this would be a pretty small house. So the design of this house is based off of an image that I found on the interwebs. I was searching for just cottages, and I found a house that kind of, like, it doesn't look like this one, like what I ended up building, but like the shape is pretty similar. But it was kind of more of a Spanish style house with like a terracotta roof and stucco and that kind of stuff. But I like the shape of it. I thought it was pretty interesting. And for such a small house, I had some trouble with the roof. I just wanted it to be even and to kind of match up nicely, and I ended up having to use some constrained floor elevation to get the roof to work, which you'll see after a little while, after I kind of try to finagle it into position. But you know, it's fine. It turned out pretty well, and what I was pretty pleased with is, so a lot of houses that have like rooms like under a roof, kind of like, you know, where you tuck it into the roof, you know, like they'll have like sloped ceilings or sloped walls, like the walls will like slope into the ceiling. I'm assuming that most people know what that means. Like, you know, like, so the actual like vertical part of the wall will be pretty short, and then it'll, like, the top part will like slope up because, you know, that's the roof line, you know, because the room is kind of like a little bit smaller because it's under the roof. So I actually did that in this house with constrained floor elevation. So I kind of put some slanted walls on the 2nd floor. Now, when you use like the free camera mode and kind of like when I go in to take my screenshots, I use the free camera mode. So when I went in to do that, it looks kind of crappy from the inside because like the roof is like glitching through the ceiling and it's just like black and horrible. So the screenshots of it don't look great, so just be aware of that. But it's only just a couple rooms. But, you know, when you're normally playing, it looks kind of cool. I'm pretty pleased with it. And not only did it take me some time to get the roof right, it also took me a little while to pick out the windows that I liked. So yeah, I went through a few different versions of window choices. I actually ended up settling on dark blue. I start with a red, so you'll see red is what I begin with, but then I change it up and I make them dark blue later on, which is kind of nice. I kind of like the color scheme of the outside. It's like red and blue and black, and it looks pretty good. So over here, I'm going to start with the constrained floor elevation stuff for the sloped ceiling. The main reason I had to do it is because there's this extra bit here that just wouldn't fit in with the roof nicely otherwise. So I had to do it. And then I was like, oh, this actually looks pretty cool. I could just continue it along underneath that like porch roof, and it should fit fine. And it did. So that was good. So yeah, I'm just doing that right now. And you can see here, it has like, I'm going to just flatten it out so there you can see like the slanted walls there, and it just tucks neatly under the roof. And I just continued that all the way along here. And I actually use this method to fit closets into the upstairs bedrooms because otherwise there wouldn't be really any space for closets on the 2nd floor. But this method allowed me to kind of shoehorn some closets under the roof, and it looks good. So pretty pleased with that solution. So the only weird thing about this house is the position of the fireplace and chimney. The only reason I did it is because that's just where it was in the reference image I was looking at, and I thought it kind of looked good. Honestly, it looked better on that house than it does on this one, but whatever. it's fine. And the fireplace is in a bit of a weird position in the living room, but it's there, so you can't complain too much. So I also had some trouble working out the placement for the stairs because didn't know where the best place was. So I ended up using stacked stairs, and I kind of put them not like that at all. I actually put them the other way. I put them this way, so it looks kind of like that. I think that's the final. No, I move it over one more block, but that's very nearly the final location. So there we go. So that's where the stairs end up going. And so the living room's in the front, the dining room's in the back right, and then the kitchen is kind of in the back center, and then the master bedroom's on the left side of the first floor, and then the other two bedrooms are on the second floor. And then there's a laundry room, a garage, and a bathroom in the basement. So yeah, it's also a second living room on the upstairs landing area, which is pretty cool. I put in not a fireplace. I put in a TV and some chairs and a desk with a computer. So it's a good, pretty useful little area. Right here, I'm trying to figure out the closet sloped roof for this bedroom. So yeah, just using some constrained floor elevation magic here, which was kind of finicky, but I got to work. I had to very much fine tune this to squeeze it under the roof, because otherwise it was like sticking up just a tiny bit. But there you go. And you can see it looks a bit weird now, but it works fine. And I think that's the layout complete. So we're going to move on to some doors and windows on the outside. So you can see the front door is actually on the side of the house there. And there's the garage door down there. The reference image house actually had the front door next to the chimney, which I couldn't do in this house because I put the garage there. The original house, not the original, the reference house didn't have a garage or of any sort. So the front steps was over on the left side of the house on the front there, and the front door was next to the chimney. But I had to change it up here because obviously, you can't put the front door a whole level above ground because that would be a little questionable. So yeah. Anyway, now we're going to move on to some doors on the interior. So we're just going to put those around the house and just some archways and stuff. So that's cool. And just a few more things and stuff like that. So I think we're going to begin on actually we have to do the exterior colors first, and then we'll move on to the interior. And here I put in some stairs on the front, not there, but a little bit farther away. Yeah, right there. Just so it looks kind of fancy. I did place this house kind of far back on the lot, a little bit farther back than I wanted to, but it's fine. I mean, whatever. So yeah, there's not much of a backyard at all, but who needs a backyard when you have a big front yard? I don't know. Whatever. There's a nice large front yard. And if you place this house on a larger lot, then you can get yourself a larger backyard. So it'll be fine. And here I am putting in a sloped driveway, so you can get down to the garage. So that's cool. And just, tweaking the terrain here, smoothing it out a bit, and painting in the driveway there. So there it is. And yeah, delightful. And so next we're going to do some exterior colors and patterns and textures and things of that nature. So there we have a kind of interesting brick. It's like a nice warm brick color. And I'm going to get out some blue shingles, which I thought was kind of interesting. So on my last house, Winter Retreat, I used just wooden shingles. But on this one, I thought, let's make them blue. It ties in with the window trim and stuff. So that's cool. Yeah, I mean, normally I don't do colored windows. Normally I just do all white, or I'll just do a wooden color. But I was feeling a little adventurous with this house, Thought I'd go for something interesting, I guess. It's not really that interesting, but And yeah, on the area on the back corner where I did the sloped ceiling, that angled ceiling, the outside wall texture is a little not glitched, a little warped, a little distorted. But I wanted to use the shingles everywhere, so I just put up with it. So yeah, not the perfect solution, but it's fine. Anyway, now we're putting in some trees, because I always do that first. I don't know, I just like to do it. And yeah, they're nice trees. Wow, amazing. So we're going to move on, I think, to the interior, probably. And we start off with some flooring, and I think the kitchen is the first room that we do. So I just want to say, as I put in this flooring, I wanted this house I wanted to have a very specific style, kind of maybe 70s and 80s-ish, but not full-on 70s and 80s. Just some elements of the house are maybe a bit more dated, if they haven't been updated. So this kitchen floor, for example, it's a bit colorful, a bit funky, and there's going to be some bathrooms and stuff that are a little bit more interesting in colors. And I know that it's not necessarily the most beautiful thing, although I think it suits the house really well, and I find it quite pleasing. I don't know. It's a bit funky, but I think it's kind of cool. It's more interesting than just using, just neutral colors and whatever. So it kind of gives the house some character. So that's why I did it. And yeah, you'll also see that in the bathrooms as well. But anyway, here I'm just figuring out the countertops here. So we're just going for a white tile, or I think it's light gray, whatever. It's the same color that's on the floor, or a similar color to that one. And just doing up some of that stuff. And I'm also going to put in some black appliances again, because I don't want it to be, super modern. They're still nice appliances, but they are just a little bit less modern looking. And just putting in the dishwasher over there and a sink, so that's good. And yeah, pretty much that's the bones of the kitchen in. We'll put in some details and stuff. So there's some like stools, bar stools, things, and also just some other little knickknacks and things around the place, some small appliances, stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty much it for the kitchen, almost. Just gonna do a few more doodads and thingamabobs and some mats on the floor, like always, and not quite yet. I was just trying to find things to put on the counter that would be interesting. So yeah, takes a bit of time, but there we go. There's the floor mats, and put in some curtains as well to finish it off. So that's the kitchen. And next we're going to move on to the dining room. So this is the dining room here. I went with these walls with like this paneling on it, wainscoting, I think is the proper term. And it's pretty far up the wall too. I quite like this wallpaper. It's from University Life. University Life had surprisingly good wallpapers. So I use this one, and it's a pretty good sized dining room. Got a nice 6-seater table. Putting in some details and stuff are in here as well. And this is a pretty neutral room. It's just blue and gray pretty much. So nothing too surprising there. Oh, there's your first Argyle on the lamp, if you caught that. You can win an award if you catch all the instances of Argyle used in this house. Maybe. No, there's no award. Actually, is it on the chairs too? Oh, I didn't even notice that. Oh gosh. Whoops. Yeah, it's also on the chairs too. I didn't even notice that until I knew it when I did it, but I didn't really realize until now. Anyway, whatever. It's on the chairs, it's on the lamp, and you'll see it in other places as well. So anyway, now we're moving on to the living room space. I was trying to do something interesting with the wallpaper. Didn't happen. Nothing really looked quite right, so I just gave up and was like, whatever, we'll just use this one. And, just put some coloration on it. Just pick and choose something. I went the diamond pattern on the walls. Just taking my sweet time with creative style, as always. But there we go. There's the wallpaper. And we're going to put in some lights, of course, just make it nice and bright. And I really like this room. It's a good size room. It's a bit funky, because traditionally you'd want to have one focal point in your living room that like all the furniture points towards, like a fireplace or a TV or a fireplace with a TV over it. The problem with this room is the fireplace, which would be traditionally a great focal point, is in the corner of the room, like in a really weird position. So I was like, whatever. The fireplace won't be the focal point, we'll make it the TV over here. So the fireplace is kind of sad and alone in the corner, but whatever. It's fine. It's there to warm the room, and it can do that still. It's still functional. It's just kind of weirdly in the corner there. But anyway, and I also didn't really want to put the TV against the other wall, because then the windows are there, and then it looks ugly from outside because you can just see like the back of the TV. And they don't make nice looking TV backs. Like there's all these ugly warning labels and stuff. So I was like, no, I don't want that there. So it's not there. Anyway, just putting in some furnishings and stuff in here. So there's a bookshelf and plenty of seating in this room for such a small house. It's not that small of a house really. It's actually a pretty decently sized house, but for a smaller house, a house that is on the smaller side, there's a lot of seating in this room. And there's also a chess table as well, so that's nice. So your Sims can get some experience playing chess. They can improve their logic skill, I suppose, if they wish. So, that's there, and they can do that. So, yippee for logic skill. Wow, yay, great. Anyway, There we have a little table thing. Oh, there's the yellow horse, of course. Also, that rhymed unintentionally. And putting in some more doodads and thingamabobs just around the room, making it detailed, and some artwork there over the fireplace, of course. And that's it. Yay, living room complete. So now we're going to move on to, I think, the master bedroom. Maybe. Eventually I'll get there. And yeah, so this is the hallway. It's the hallway space and thing, and it's a place that is a hall. And now we're going to do another room, probably, maybe, yes. So this is the master bedroom. It's on the first floor. And it has the ensuite bathroom, of course. There is no just guest bathroom on the first floor, unfortunately. There wasn't really room. So if you have guests over, they'll have to go either to the basement or to the second floor for a bathroom. But it's fine, whatever. So anyway, here you can see putting in the bed. And oh, guess what that bedspread is? What pattern is on the bedspread? I don't know why I phrased it that way. Guess what pattern's on the bedspread? It's Argyle. Yeah, that's cool. So, yep, that's a thing. And yeah, I actually chose the name of the house before I built it, which I don't usually do. Well, I sometimes do. It depends. And I was like, oh, I like the word Argyle, but now if I build a house with that name, I have to actually like put Argyle in it. So I just found places that it made sense to have it, I guess, maybe. But yeah. So anyway, this is the master bathroom. It's green. Again, going in with that kind of grungy, like maybe this hasn't been updated recently look, but not like disgusting looking, just like not perfect, if that makes sense. So yeah. And you can see here, just getting in all the stuff. Got 2 sinks in here, a clawfoot tub, and a stall shower. So not the fanciest of showers, but it'll get the job done. And yeah, just putting in the details and stuff, and a mat on the floor, and one under the toilet because I just do that for whatever reason. And there's the closet. So yes, continuing on my theme of having every bedroom have a closet, this house has closets in every bedroom. And down here we have the basement landing, and this is the basement powder room, half bathroom, whatever you want to call it. And this is great for guests that are visiting. Again, you'll note the same theme that's traveling throughout the bathrooms. We have, maybe questionable color choices, but I think it works. I feel like it does work for like the feel I was going for with this house. It has character. I mean, it's not the most beautiful thing ever, but it has character and charm. Maybe. So anyway, that's the downstairs bathroom. Fantastic. So now we're going to move on to something else. I don't know what. It's a mystery. And I think we're doing the upstairs. So yes, this is the upstairs living room area. There is a second living room in this house. It's here. And I really wanted to use this specific entertainment unit with like a tube TV in it that came with 70s, 80s, and 90s stuff, but it didn't fit because the ceiling was too low, and like the corner I wanted to put it in, like you can see over here, yeah, it stuck up above the sloped ceiling. So I had to just go and improvise my own entertainment center. So I put in a bookshelf there with just a TV in front of it. So not as attractive, perhaps, but it works. And then a couple couches here, a couple love seats, and I'm going to put in just, a coffee table and a desk and a bookshelf. So it's like another study. There's an office downstairs, but also, this little workspace upstairs. So if you wanted to convert the office into a bedroom, into a 4th bedroom, then you have a little workspace up here that works, as an impromptu office. Anyway, here just changing up all the colors, and this is one of the bedrooms and on the second floor, and this is the other bedroom on the second floor. I'll come back to them in a bit. And this is the bathroom on the second floor, which you'll note that it is half squeezed under the roof because the walls kind of slant downward there. And surprisingly, everything fit in there without move objects. I was very surprised. I didn't expect that to happen. The shower and tub unit I put in there is not usable because the toilet blocks it, technically. So if you want to have a working shower, you'll have to switch it out for a stall shower. Sorry, I just liked the way the tub shower looked. So I put that in there even though it technically is not functional. Even though it would be in real life, but in The Sims it's not. Anyway, there's the upstairs bathroom all done. Not quite as offensive as the other bathrooms. It's just beige and black, so, just fine. And here I'm putting in some stuff here on the second floor. There's like a painting over there. Looks great, woohoo! Yay, there's the second floor living room space thingy done. So now we're going to move on with some lighting, because it wasn't actually done until I put in a light fixture. And we're going to move on now to the study, which guess what's on the walls in the study? Yeah, you guessed it, Argyle. So, yeah, here it is again, making an appearance. So we have the study here, which, as I've said probably way too many times, this could be a fourth bedroom. And it works great as a study as well, or an office, or whatever you want to call it. So we have the roll-top desk instead of the usual one that I put in my offices, because I thought I should mix it up a bit. And we also have a couple bookshelves in here, a lamp, and a couple of chairs. How nice. So there you go. And that's, I put in a colorful rug as well. Kind of purple, but, it spices it up a bit. And then some artwork there above the desk. So there you go. And also some music with the stereo. So this is I think most likely would be a teen's room. Again, it could be a kid's room too, but I kind of designed it to be a teen's room, as I usually try to have some variety with my bedrooms. So again, this bed, only one side of it is usable because the left side is way too close to the wall. Oh well, it's a small room, doesn't technically fit a double bed, but I put it in anyway. And yeah, just putting in just a bunch of things. Posters, of course, gotta have that because, have to have character or something, make it look like someone lives here. And just putting some doodads and thingamabobs there on the dresser. And it's a pretty small room, so not going to really be fitting too much in here. But there's your closet, which is, of course, under the roof. And there we have a nice rug. So pretty much it. We're moving on now to the kids' room. So again, also has a closet squeezed under the roof there. And yeah, this is just with a single bed in here because there was really no way I was going to fit a double bed in this room. And yeah, also just picking out the colors, kind of went for something a bit different here. I don't usually do red too much, but with like red and gray, which I thought was kind of interesting. And also put in some beanbag chairs, pretty much a staple of my kids' rooms that I make because, whatever, it looks good, I guess. And, putting in some things and some objects and some toys and stuff because, it's meant to be for a younger kid, I guess. And also a lamp. Fantastic. And I'm also going to put some lights in the closet soon, in a moment. There you go. And yeah, so that's the interior done except for some of the basement rooms. I haven't gotten there quite yet. So we'll just hop down to the basement momentarily and finish that off. So down here we have just this landing area. There's also a large laundry room too, which is great. Wasn't an afterthought because I was like, I forgot about the laundry room. And I was like, oh, it's a good thing there's plenty of space in the basement. So it ended up having quite a large laundry room. There's also a back door there from the garage. So, I thought, why not? And yeah, so this is the garage. It's pretty big, actually. I put just one car in here, though. And, it's going to put in some of the usual garage things I put in from the Fast Lane Stuff collection. Comes in handy. And yeah, just going to put in some details around the garage. And that's pretty much it, honestly. And then we're going to move on to the laundry room. So you can see it's pretty big. And also the colors, again, you already know the drill here with the colors. And yeah, so this is the laundry room. And we have a nice washer dryer, a utility sink, and then I put in some details and stuff just around the place. But anyway, we're nearly done. We're going to get around to landscaping soon. And then there's going to be some screenshots for you to check out. That'll be coming up after this building portion. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you check out my channel. I have plenty more house builds over there. And I'm also working on a Create a World series. So I'm making a world in The Sims 3. And that's coming along quite well. I'm on episode 3 now. So you can check that out as well. I'd greatly appreciate it. And yeah, so we're just going to move on to some landscaping now. So going to get in our front pathway. Kind of curvy and funky, I guess. I don't know. And I'm going to put in some bushes because I haven't gotten there yet. There they are. There's the bushes, the same ones I always use from Supernatural. And I'm going to put in some of the other same bushes I use from Into the Future. And yeah, you get the drill. I use the same plants every time I landscape a house, but whatever. It looks fine. I think it looks good. I actually don't use flowers either in this house at all. They're all bushes and ferns and stuff, but I think it's fine. Again, that's just fine, whatever. So yeah, gosh. This is just some rock walls by the garage area because, kind of want to make it look nice. And then just some classic dirt terrain paint here that goes underneath all the plants and stuff. We're also going to get in some exterior lighting, of course, as always. And yeah, so just doing the final touches here, just some terrain paint around the place. There's the mailbox and trash can. Here's some outdoor lighting in the bushes and stuff, some landscape lighting, because that looks good. And then some nice little lights there on either side of those stairs. And then, of course, my final touches, like just adding some nice, texture under the roofs and painting all the areas your Sims can't go black. Anyway, that's pretty much it here. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you check out some of the other videos on my channel, and I hope that you have a great day. Anyway, I'll see you next time, and yeah, enjoy the screenshots, everyone. Bye.